Good morning year 2, welcome to Tuesday's maths lesson where today we'll be focusing on dividing and dividing by using sharing. Today you will need a pencil, your exercise home learning book and as well as the White Rose Hub template from Seesaw, and also there'll be an opportunity on the worksheet to use some concrete resources which you can collect from your home. If you need to collect any of these resources you can pause the video and do so now. Okay, so we're starting off with our mental starter where we are continuing our math magician work, reading my mind to guess my number, and it'd be really useful today if you have your 100 square. So if you'd like to pause the video now and go and collect your number square. Brilliant. Okay, so we're really going to help us use this today to help us figure out the missing number from the clues I've given you. So the first clue is my number I am thinking of is more than 80, so I'm going to circle 80 on my number square so I know that I can ignore any of the numbers that come before. I'm only starting from here. It's got to be more than this number here. The next clue is it is less than 100, so I'm only looking at the numbers here from 80 to 100, so I'm going to put a circle around because all those numbers would take far too long to write out. The next clue is it is an odd number, so it's not an even number, so I can cross out all the even numbers that are a multiple of 2, so that end in 2, 4, 6, 8 or 10. So I can cross out 72, 74, 76, 78, 80, 82, 84, 86, 88, 90, and you can see our pattern here with our even numbers that we are crossing out: 92, 94, 96, 98, 100. So I've only left with the odd numbers. And finally, my last clue, 10 more than the number is 91. So I'm going to find 91. Here it is. So that's 10 more than the number. So I need to find 10 less. I'm going to go 10 backwards. And remember, when we're using our number square, I can either count backwards like this. So 91 to go back, there's no number there. So I'm going to start here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've landed on 81. Now I could have just done one jump up, remembering that 10 less than 100 square is 1 up, or 10 more is 1 down. And also 91 has 9 tens, so it would be 8 tens. So the missing number that I'm thinking of today is 81. Well done if you figured that out using the clues. Okay, so today we are looking at a different type of symbol in maths today. We are looking at dividing. So today we have got our dividing symbol that looks like this. Can you do this? Brilliant. And here, when with my moving hand, I'm making the dots above and below the line. Now for this sign, it means divide. Say divide. Excellent. And divide means the same as share, sharing into equal groups and division. So when we do this, we're going to say share into equal groups. Are we ready to say it together? Share into equal groups. Brilliant. Let's see if we can use our new symbol into some division sentences. Okay, so for our dividing today, we're really going to focus on sharing. Sharing is a way of dividing. Now for this activity, you can collect any resources around your home that might help you. So whether this is spoons, pebbles from outside, your teddies, however you want to do it, you can pause the video and collect these now. Okay, so we're going to be dividing by sharing these cupcakes today, and I've got some delicious chocolate cupcakes, which I would like to keep all to myself, but I'm not going to be greedy and I'm going to share them. And also be kind and thoughtful. I don't want to be eating chocolate cupcakes all to myself. So first there are something cupcakes. So here I have got something cupcakes. So the first thing I need to do is to count the cupcakes. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you will need, these could be 9 cupcakes. You might have collected 9 spoons. Or you'll need 9 teddies. So you make sure you have got 9 ready to share. Ready? Okay. And so I have 9 cupcakes. Next we've got there are something people. So I'm going to be sharing my cupcakes with me, the yellow one's for me, the red one for Mrs. Wilkinson, and the blue plate for Mr. Palin that I'm going to share all my cupcakes with. So we're sharing them with 3 people. So there are 9 cupcakes, there are 3 people. The next one is there are something cupcakes for each person. So I need to share them out. Now I also need to do this equally, because it wouldn't be fair if I had 8 cupcakes, Mrs. Wilkinson had 1 cupcake and Mr. Palin had none. So we need to share these equally. So to do this, I'm going to do 1 each and then start again. So you can do these with your teddies or whatever you have found in your home too. So I have 1 for me, 1 for Mrs. Wilkinson and 1 for Mr. Palin. So we all so far have 1 each. But up here, I still have some cupcakes left, so I'm going to keep going and keep sharing. So another 1 for me, another 1 for Mrs. Wilkinson, and another 1 for Mr. Palin. Can you see how I'm sharing them out in a row as well, so I make sure that everybody's got the same? But again, we've still got some cupcakes left, so I'm going to keep on sharing. Another 1 for me, another 1 for Mrs. Wilkinson, and another 1 for Mr. Palin, so that we've all got the same and all the cupcakes are gone. So now we can answer there are something cupcakes for each person. I've got 1, and I'm going to cross and count. I've got 1, 2, 3. Mrs. Wilkinson's got 1, 2, 3. And Mr. Palin's got 1, 2, 3 cupcakes. So there are 3 cupcakes for each person. Now to write this in a division sentence, I need to start with how many cupcakes there were. So at the start there were 9 cupcakes. Remember, this means shared into equal groups. How many people did I share them with? 3. So you did 9 divided by 3, and it equals 3 because we have 3 each. So you can represent this using your teddies or whatever you found in your home. You can pause the video now and represent your sharing. Okay, for the next question we're going to be using resources to help us represent our groups and our sharing. And for this one we need to take 20 cubes. Now you might not have 20 cubes. I'm going to be using 20 counters. You could use 20 anything that is in your home that is going to be nice and easy to share, like 20 spoons, you might have 20 straws, whatever you can use nice and easy to go and collect. So you can pause the video and go and collect 20 items now. Okay, so I've collected my 20. I've laid them out nice and neatly in lines and in rows so I can count them really carefully and also share them nice and easy. So I'm just going to double check first that I've definitely got 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Fabulous. So I've got my 20 cubes ready. Now we need to share them, so we're going to be dividing and sharing into equal groups, and we need 2 equal groups. So the first thing we need to do is draw 2 equal groups. Now they need to be quite big because they need to fit 20 in. Got 20 to share, so we need 2 big groups to share with 20. Now you can be doing this with anything in your home. It could just be 2 piles that you make. That's absolutely fine if you're using your concrete resources on your carpet. Don't worry about that. You can even make your groups using cushions. I don't mind, as long as you have 2 groups. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is to share my cubes into my groups. So 1 for that group, 1 for that group, and I'm going to keep on going until I get no cubes or counters or teddies, whatever you're doing left. Now one really important thing is to try and set the groups out the same. So if I'm putting that one there, I'm not going to put the next one underneath because I want them to make sure that they are equal. And if I do them the same, it's going to be nice and easy. So as much as I can fit one there, I can't fit one there, so I'm going to go underneath. And I'm just keeping on going, 1 in each one, 1 in that one, 1 in that one, until I've shared them all out equally in my groups. And it makes it nice and easy if you set them out the same. So 1 for that one, 1 for, oh, I've done that wrong. That one should have gone in that one because that one had an extra one then. That was sneaky. Let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to put in 1 for that group, 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 and 1 for that group. So it's really important that these groups are equal, and I can do this by checking that they've got the same. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this group's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 20 cubes. There are 2 groups, 1 group, 2 group, and in each group there are something cubes in each group. There are 10 cubes in each group. And to put this in a number sentence, I started off with 20 cubes or 20 counters. I shared them equally using my divide symbol into 2 groups. And how many does each group have? They have 10. So see if you can pause the video now and have a go at completing question number 2. Okay, so we're going to have a look at question 3 because for this question it asks you to use base 10. However, not many of you will have base 10 at home as we normally use it at school. So I'm just going to model it using base 10, but then also show you how to do this without using base 10. Now the reason it asks you to use base 10 is because if I do 40 divided by 2, which is the first question, I'm sharing 40 into 2 equal groups. So I need 2 equal groups, and I'm going to use my base 10. So if I put 10 in there, and 10 in there, so if I've only shared 10, 20, so I need to keep on sharing it until I get to 40. So another 10 in there, and a bit more with another 10 in there. So far I've got 10, 20, 30, 40 into 2 groups. I've got 1, 2, 20 in there, 10, 20, 20 in there. So that's a really easy way of sharing 40 by counting in tens rather than ones. However, if we did 40 divided by 5. So we need 5 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wouldn't be able to do it using base 10 because with my 40, I put 1 10 in there, another 10 in there, another 10 in there, and another 10 in there, and I have no base 10 left. So I can't give any to this group, which we must do, otherwise we haven't shared it into 5, we've only shared it into 4 groups. And also if this was chocolate bars instead of base 10, this person certainly wouldn't be happy if they didn't get any. Also, it's not equal because the groups aren't the same. So what I would have to do is to exchange these for 1s instead of 10s so that I could break them down into 1s and share them out equally. Just like doing counting in 5s up to 40, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Takes 8 groups, 8 fingers, so I would need 8 in each group. So 10 is too many in each group. So that's just explaining it using base 10 so that you knew why you would have to exchange. So don't worry about using base 10 to represent these groups. You can complete the divisions as normal by drawing them if you wish, and then you know how to explain why you would have to exchange. So you can pause the video and have a go at questions 3 and 4. Brilliant, well done Year 2. Now we're going to have a look at completing some word problems and applying our sharing into some problem solving and reasoning. So for question number 5, it says complete the divisions. So the first thing I need to do is to work out all the divisions, and we can do so by counting in our times tables to help us. So 20 divided by 5, how many 5s are in 20? Counting in 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, 4. So in here I can write 4. So pause the video now and see if you can complete A, B, C and D, writing the answers in, and then you can come back to the video. Okay, so now I've finished all of those answers. It now asks me to write a letter in each box to match the divisions into the sentences. So the first one we're going to look at together. So Dora has 20 apples. She shares them equally between 4 boxes. Now the important part is Dora has 20 apples, so 20 is an important number. So she starts off with 20 apples. Now it doesn't matter if they're apples, it could be 20 sweets, 20 chocolate bars, 20 dogs, as long as we know she's got 20. And she shares them, so that's telling me that she's going to share them into equal groups using our divide symbol. So she's got 20 and she's sharing them into 4 boxes, into 4 groups, 4 kennels, 4 bags, 4 groups. So 20 divided by 4. And I can work that out by drawing your groups or out on your fingers. So if I did 20 divided by 4, you could share them out or count in your fingers in your 4s. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, which equals 5. So I know it equals matches B, which is 20 divided by 4, and the answer is 5. So in my box I will write B. See if you can complete the rest of question 5 all by yourself. You can pause the video now. Well done Year 2, you have worked really hard on your first lesson on division today and sharing. Tomorrow we will have a look at division using groups, which again I'm sure you will be absolutely brilliant at. On the next slide you will see the answers for today's worksheet, so make sure you check those and go over any areas that you might need to fix together. Don't forget to upload your answers and your worksheets onto Seesaw so that we can see your brilliant maths work, and I'll see you tomorrow for our maths lesson, continuing division on grouping.